Okay, here we are. Thanksgiving Eve. It's Thanksgiving Eve here on the good old East Coast of the USA. I was trying to get and I'm still trying to get my outdoor camera set up. And I'm just going to check, make sure we are. Let me just check on a few things. Yeah, I got the music. Now look at this. This is crazy. Every time I come back here, I have to resize things. It's like they don't remember. It's not remembering my settings, so that's not cool. And what the heck's going on here? There we go. Yeah, I got the music working. That wasn't a big deal. Good late morning from Lincoln, Nebraska. Good morning, Final Cut Pro community. There we go. So we have a couple of things we're gonna do today. Number one, I'm trying to get my outdoor camera set up. Change connection type. Now let's go back there. Connect Mevo. So I have a Mevo camera, and it's the strangest thing to get it set up properly. Check for updates. It's really weird. I have to have two different pieces of software now, and one of them's not seeing the camera or something. I'll work with it as we go. But today we're going to go over some of the deals that are going on for Black Friday for two different main things: Final Cut Pro plugins and iPhone accessories for iPhone filmmaking. We're doing both of those today. So if you have any, put them in the chat and I'll see if I can, let me see something here. Standard voice isolation. Audio routing kits. This is also, the other thing that's new is I'm using Sequoia to stream in now, and everything's kind of the same, but not quite 100% yet. Not quite 100%, so it's getting there. Not quite. So you can go ahead and we're going to start with so I'm going to rotate back and forth between iPhone accessories for filmmaking, iPhone filmmaking, and Final Cut Pro plugins. Border has curved corners today. Let me see something. I didn't pay attention to that. Oh yeah, there we go. Look, I can change that on the fly. Look at that. Change it on the fly. Now it doesn't have curved corners anymore because it leaves little black spaces around. Let me go over here to X and post this, that we are indeed live. So over there on the X platform, besides streaming live, I've been streaming live there for 3 years, 4 years, and I get a lot of viewers from over there. So let me see how many we have right now. Absolutely. Now, what's weird? Hold on a second. Back to live mode. It's a little bit strange. I use Ecamm Live, and it's on Sequoia, which is brand new. I'm on a brand new Mac Mini Pro, which I really, really like. As a matter of fact, let's go over here a second. Now, this is the speed that I'm getting on my Mac Mini Pro. Let me see if I have a cam link. There we go. Oops, that's not it. This is the speed that I'm getting on the Mac Mini Pro. Wait a minute, that's not right. Things just don't quite. things don't quite work quite the same on Sequoia that it has in the past. But look at these speeds. This is the internal SSD route. Now, I have the new Thunderbolt 5 SSD 4 terabyte coming from OWC. It's going to be here at any time. And it's supposed to be the same speed as the internal SSD. We'll find out. We might find out live. Our friend Torgrim, hi from frosty Finnmark, Norway, well north of the polar circle. Well, it's not that cold here. It's fairly nice. It's fairly nice. So far, I got the 2 terabyte Mac Mini Pro. I got the 2 terabyte. So far, I've used up 43 terabytes of the 2 terabytes. No, I'm sorry, 43 gigabytes. 43 gigabytes of the 2 terabyte drive. I have 1.57 terabytes available, and I'm just installing my base things. That's not any video files. That's not any of anything. Anything like, logic loops and all that stuff. I'm up to 44 gigabytes I've already installed on my 2 terabyte drive. So that 4 terabyte Thunderbolt 5 SSD cannot come fast enough. I figured I'd get that instead of getting the internal SSD on the Mac Mini Pro because Apple wanted $600 to go from 2 terabytes to 4 terabytes. I said, I'll get the 2 terabyte, which obviously I needed. 1 terabyte wouldn't have been enough, and 512 wouldn't have been enough. So I got the 2 terabyte. But to go from 2 terabytes to 4 terabytes, they wanted $600. Apple did. So instead of doing that, I spent $500 on a 4 terabyte Thunderbolt 5 SSD, the OWC one. So I have 6 terabytes for the same price that Apple was going to give me 4 terabytes. So I feel better about that. Good morning. Good morning to you. So to all the friends that we have in the United States, happy Thanksgiving. This is Thanksgiving, the day before Thanksgiving there. So there's a lot of, everybody's got a black sale, right? Everybody's got black sales for either Final Cut Pro plugins, which we're going to talk about in a minute, or iPhone accessories. All the different manufacturers have Black Friday sales, which personally I'm glad because I bought some things. I bought a few things. One of the things I bought, and I didn't think I was going to like this. As a matter of fact, I saw this at the Final Cut Pro Creative Summit, and I didn't really think I was going to like this but I do. This one is the Ulanzi. The Ulanzi mount. It's got a Bluetooth control here. It's got a cold shoe up here as well. You got to take this little thing out, and then you got a cold shoe up there. And this is the Ulanzi one. And they have a mirror here. So when you're facing yourself, you can kind of see yourself, but it's kind of like a fisheye. It's a little distorted, and it's the center. But I really like it. I like it a lot more than for just a quick attachment. It's really nice. Now, there's another one that's out there that's $100 more than this one. This one works fantastic. It holds firm. And one of the other things is, besides the magnetic mount, it also has a grip. You can also use a grip. So you have the option of either the magnetic mount, which is what I bought it for, and the grip. And then you also have the Bluetooth button right here. So you hold it kind of like like you do a DSLR. It's got a nice thick grip, and then you can shoot. So if I'm shooting, I usually stabilize with this hand a little bit if I'm using this. But I really like this one a lot. Let me go find that one for you. Was that on a Black Friday sale? I know I got it on sale. Let me see if I can, let me go to my Amazon page. And we'll see how much that costs. Let me see where that is. I'll pull it up live. Here it is. Yes, it is on sale. There we go. It is indeed on sale. So what we will do, here we go right here. What we will do is we'll pull up this and we will pull up primary display. I would say we're going to use Safari. So there it is there. This is the Ulanzi, so has Black Friday sale for 20% off over there on Amazon. Now, I can't put all these URLs in the feed. So just look for the Ulanzi MA35 smartphone camera shutter grip. Shutter grip. It's only $16. It's only $16. And like I said, it's got a mirror. So when you're doing a selfie, you can kind of see yourself. It doesn't quite line up with the lenses, but it gives you an idea. It's got a Bluetooth shutter button. It's got a cold shoe if you wanted to mount a microphone or something else there. It's magnetic, and it's got clippies, the adjustable thing, so you can do this as well. So it's double. I've seen another one. There was $150 or $115, something like that. So this is the first thing we do. That right there, it's on Amazon. It's only $16. It's only $16. Can't beat that. So that's our first little tidbit. Got some more comments here. Torgrim says minus 16 degrees Celsius. Torgrim, I have no idea what minus 16 degrees Celsius is. We use Fahrenheit here, and I don't do that conversion in my head. It sounds cold. I think 0 is freezing for Celsius. That's all I know. Our friend Sean Beckner. Sean, happy Thanksgiving to you. I know you're in the U.S. The OWC is tempting. It is tempting. I have one coming in the mail today, and once it gets here, my partner Jane's going to bring it in, and we're going to hook it up and watch the speeds, check the speed test live. Do you have a NAS? I'm thinking about getting a second Synology 5 bay. I don't have a NAS. I have direct attached storage, a RAID 5 with 8 spinning drives. So one of those drives is for redundancy. Hold on one second. I thought I heard the mail carrier, but it's a little anxious about getting that. So yeah, it didn't arrive yet, but it's arriving any time, and then we'll hook it up and watch a speed test and see if it indeed is as fast as my native SSDs. So the iEdit project. Do you have a NAS? No, I have I have 8 spinning drives and a RAID 5 Thunderbolt connected. Gets about 1,000 bytes per second speed pretty consistently, read and write. So it's fine to edit off of. That is my main storage that I use. It's 56 terabytes, 64 raw, 56 terabytes as a RAID 5. That's the main one that I store local things on that I'm working on. Now, to archive, I have a LTO9 drive, and I archive onto those tapes, and not just the tapes, and at least one 8 terabyte bare drive. So I have, and backblaze. I have backblaze backup, at least one spinning disk is a backup, and an LTO9 tape. So I have 3 backups for all my data, all my important data. Something's small I really don't care about. That's not including the RAID 5. That's my active projects that I'm working with. I don't consider that an archive. So I don't have a NAS. I've never had a NAS. I have direct attached storage. I don't need a NAS because I'm not sharing with anybody, and I like the RAID 5. Happy Thanksgiving, Richard, to you and yours. Same to you, Sean. Absolutely. Happy Thanksgiving to our neighbors. Very good. Very cool. Happy Thanksgiving, Final Cut Pro family and beyond. That's very, very nice of you to say. So it is Happy Thanksgiving here in the United States. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. So let's go pick up some more. Let's start with a few. Let me see. Let's start with, we'll start with this one. We will start with this one for a Final Cut Pro plugin. Then we'll go to an iPhone attachment or accessories or whatever. This is our first one today. Our good friends Roger Bolton over there at CoreMelt. 50% off everything. Everything that they have, and I can recommend CoreMelt plugins. They're very, very high quality plugins. And our friend Roger sponsored Final Cut TV to go to the Final Cut Pro Creative Summit. He's one of the sponsors. So he gets special accolades for his plugins. Of course, anybody that sponsors me is a friend of the show. And I'm not going to forget all I'm calling them the buymeacoffee.com crew who sponsored me to go to the Final Cut Pro Creative Summit. I don't forget all of you. All of you are very important. But this is Roger. Just go to coremelt.com and 50% off all his plugins. Come on. That's phenomenal. That's a great, great Black Friday sale. So let's see what we got. There's another good old thumbs up. I got the stuff working over here on my hardware switcher again. I got that. I got balloons. I got confetti. I got fireworks. I got it all. I got it back on my hardware buttons because before I had to do gestures and that was a little clunky. Well, when I'm out in the field, I had to. So that was a little clunky. Let me see what else we have here. I got movies from the Creative Summit today, but let's stay on the plug-in thing for right now. So that was our very first plug-in so far. So I had a project of a very nice storage solution. My Synology can be expanded with a total of 10 extra bays. Very cool. 15 bay total. I have 4 brand new 12 terabyte Iron Wolf, so I may pull the trigger. That makes complete sense. Is that a, see, I know what NASs are, but is that a RAID of any sort? Or is that just raw storage? Everybody shows up individually. I'm not sure. Let's go to another one. Let's see what else we have here. Let's go to, once my drive comes in at any time, I'll show you where that is. And I have a 15% off coupon code for that drive. So the drive at OWC is normally $599, but with this coupon code that we'll discuss once the drive comes in, it knocks $90 off the price. So the drive comes down, instead of being $600, it's closer to $500. That's coming up. Let's see what else we have here. So that was Roger. What else do we have? Well, let's try this. This is our first one. This is one of the Black Friday deals for iPhone accessories. Black Friday, small rig, up to 50% off. Get the best for less. It's only going to last until next week. So this is smallrig.com. Now, they make all kinds of things. They make tripods, and what else is V-mount battery, and they make rigs. Let's just look at this rig. iPhone rigs. So, for example, like they make this iPhone rig, its coupons 20% off. I don't know if they consider that. I have a couple of their rigs. Now, this one has like a SSD drive, or is that I can't tell. No, the SSD drive's up there. But this is one of their rigs. So go to smallrig.com up to 50% off. So I suspect that most of their prices are not going to be 50% off, where Roger Bolton's core mounts, everything he has is 50% off. It is in a RAID with one drive failure tolerance, 60 terabytes, but around 42 usable. So a RAID with one drive fault tolerance is RAID 5. That's what I have. I have 64 raw, 56. You have the bigger drives. I have eight 8-terabyte drives in my RAID, because the more drives you have, the faster the throughput is. So instead of getting a 4-drive RAID, I have an 8-drive RAID. One drive is for redundancy, so the 7 drives add to the speed. It's about 900 to 1,000 megabytes per second. It's pretty consistent read and write speed. So that works well for current projects that I'm working on. It's plenty fast. I can edit off of it without any problem. But when I get this 4-terabyte Thunderbolt 5 drive, we're going to see how fast it is. But that's going to be thousands, 1 or 2 or 3, 4,000 megabytes per second speed. So for smaller projects, like under a terabyte, I'll edit off that drive. But I never, ever edit without a backup. Never start editing without a complete backup. At least one. So what I do is, if I edit off the Thunderbolt 5 drive, I'll make a copy on my RAID 5 before I start editing. Yes, it is a RAID 5. So you have 12 terabyte drives, I guess. I think that's what you said. So yeah. So you have fewer drives. That's why when you take one drive away, you lose more. I have eight 8-terabyte drives, so I only lose 8 terabytes. So you say lose, it's just for redundancy. You can lose one of the drives and go from there. So is everybody going to Thanksgiving in the United States? We're having it here at the studio where I live, and just 2 of us, and we have 2 indoor cats, 3, 4 outdoor cats, community cats that we have, that we take care of them. I built a sunroom for the community cats outside. It has 3 heated pads, and they love their heated pads. And it has a small space heater if it gets down like into the 20s or teens overnight. So they got it made. It's all locked up. Nothing can get in. They have a little cat door they can go in and out. But that's the local community cats. We have a couple of them. They've all been spayed. They've all been taken to the vet. They just go between our yard and the backyard and the other neighbor's yard. Our backyards face each other. That's where they go back and forth to. All right, let's see what else we have. So let me go over to my list. We saw small rig, small that one. So let's go over to, what else do we have? Let's go over to another Final Cut Pro plugin. Okay, this is our friends. This is our friends over there at Ripple Training. Steve Martin, Mark Spencer. I talked to both of them at the Final Cut Pro Creative Summit. I helped Steve out with one of his sessions. He needed a little light for his daughter to light her up. I had just happened to have a small light. It probably threw a little bit of light on there for him. So this is over there, Black Friday, rippletraining.com. Now theirs is Black Friday is 40%. 40% off for Black Friday for our friends over there at Ripple Training. That's a pretty good discount for sure. .9 terabyte usable out of each 12 terabyte drive, 43.6 terabytes, and only 4 terabytes left. Time to expand. There you go. Well, here's the thing. So I have 64 terabyte raw, 56 terabyte when its format is RAID 5, which has been since the beginning. 8 spinning drives. I get 1,000 megabytes per second speed to and from. It's Thunderbolt connected. It's been easy to maintain. But I back it up on my LTO9 tapes. I had a bit of trouble getting the LTO9 tape system working. It took about a month of going back and forth. I finally got it, and it's stable, so I'm very satisfied with it. -3 Fahrenheit in Karasjok. In Norway, you can get 40% off candlesticks, by the way. We have Black Friday as well, you see. Oh, okay. Do you celebrate Thanksgiving the same time as us, which is tomorrow, the last Thursday of November? Do you celebrate Thanksgiving? I don't know who else celebrates Thanksgiving besides the United States at the same time as us. I mean, I know Canada has a Thanksgiving, but I don't think they celebrate it at the same time as us. I'd be surprised if they did. Jumper perpetual license, half off, save over $100. I think that's something that Chris Hawking is doing. I'll look that up. Torgrim says many do. So I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that they had their Thanksgiving around the same time as we do. Let me look that up. Here we go. Oh, there you go. Here's another one. Thanks to Eric for that. Jumper, getjumper.io, valid for yearly and lifetime licenses at checkout. Add discount code Black Friday. So I just copy this. Ends in 4 days. Okay. So this Jumper is like a, let me see the pricing here. Lifetime is $249. So one device per license. I would not get the subscription. You can get the trial. I would not get the subscription. I'm not interested in subscriptions. So I would get Jumper for $249. Let's see if it applied the code. Add discount. Let's just add it here live. Black Friday is off. Yep. Took it down to $124.50. Then took it down to $124.50. So that's a pretty good deal. And let's see. Let's see what it does. It's some kind of a search for anything that has been said. Never listen to the same interview on repeat again. You can go to getjumper.io is where you can go to, getjumper.io. So I'll look at that later. Get to the best. Let's see. Let's watch video. Now, you know what the problem is with the video is I can't run the audio because every time I do, I get a strike on the live streams. I'll just play it without audio.
From one video editor to another. Listen up.
It doesn't really make sense to play without audio, but I know how many times have I played somebody's commercial and I get a strike on YouTube. Oh, you played the music during this segment. We're going to demonetize you or give it somebody else to money. So the heck with that. I'm not going to do that anymore. But anyway, getjumper.io is another one. 50% off right now. 50% off. So Torgrim says Norwegians have many relatives in the U.S. from the olden days. That's a great deal. Thank you. Absolutely. That's what we're doing here. We're sharing our Black Friday sales. Now, I'm not going to hit all of them. I think that's the mailman. I'll be right back. Hold on a second. Nope, it was not. The mail person goes right outside my house, and usually I can tell by their sound of their mail vehicle whether they're here, but I'm just a little bit anxious to get that hard drive. So let's see what else we got. Let's go to another iPhone thingy. I have a list that I'm going to go through. I got to click on the link, and then the link takes me to a page. Small rig. So if you're interested, let's do this one. If you're interested, this is not iPhone specific, but it's mobile journalism, mobile filmmaking. The Action 4 is only $209 on Amazon. DJI Action 4, not the Action 5. The Action 5 is full price. But they put the Action 4 on, Black Friday deal, 30% off. DJI Action 4, Osmo Action 4 standard combo, which I have and I recommend. Now, I'm going to be selling my Action 4 when I can find when the Action 5 goes on sale or I get a refurb unit or something. I don't need it because the Action 4 is so good. But the Action 5, there's a couple of things it has. It has built-in storage. No other action camera has built-in storage. You can use both cards, and it has 46 gigabytes, something like that, 46 gigabytes of built-in storage. So you don't even need a card. But anyway, the Action 4, which I have, and I recommend, especially at that price point, I think, what did I pay for mine? I got a refurb unit from DJI. It was close to that same price. So that's something else we have for people that are doing mobile filmmaking. That's another deal. All right, what else do we have? So as most of you know that follow my live streams over there at Richard Taylor TV on Facebook. Let me just see, do I have that out there? I don't know if I do. Oh, okay. Over there, Richard Taylor TV on Facebook, Richard Taylor TV on YouTube, Richard Taylor TV on Twitter, X, Richard Taylor TV on Instagram, which I don't post to that often, but I do occasionally. Twitch TV, Richard Taylor TV. And did I miss any? I don't know. Might miss one or two, but most of them are Richard Taylor and or Richard Taylor TV. That's how you can find them. Let's see what else we have. Another plugin. Look, another plugin from. So I've seen bugs reported in Final Cut Pro 11. I've seen multiple reports, sometimes the same. In my case, Universal Audio plugins will be re-verified every single time you start up Final Cut Pro. Every time you start up Final Cut Pro, you have to, it re-verifies, revalidates those AU plugins, just U Audio. Let me see something. I have those here. That's really weird. So what I've done is I've removed, they put in their whole suite of plugins in the AU components folder. I took them all out of there and put them in their own folder. And now Final Cut doesn't revalidate those AU plugins every time you start it up. Every single time you start it up, it has to go through 250, in my case, 256 AU plugin verification, revalidation. I put them all in a folder, and now Final Cut doesn't do that, but they're still available because I have them running. So they're still available with my Apollo Twin X. With my Apollo Twin X. All right, let's go to another plugin. Another deal. So that was the Action 4, which I recommend, 30% off from $299 down to $209. So that's a really good deal because the Action 5 is $350. The Action 5 is $350. So $200 for the Action 4 is a really good deal. Now, I'm not going to buy the Action 5. I have the Action 4 until it comes down $50, $75 off, either a refurb or whatever. At that point, I'll get the Action 5, and then I'll sell my Action 4 locally on Facebook Marketplace. I just sold an Ampeg SVT cabinet, the bass cabinets, the one with, it has 8 10-inch speakers in it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I just sold that. I've had it for years sitting down in the studio, in the downstairs studio, put it up for sale, had about half a dozen or a dozen inquiries, and finally a guy came down and bought it yesterday. And it wasn't in good shape. The speakers were, but the outside, the cloth on the outside was tore up. He didn't care. He's going to redo it. So now here's another one. This is a good one. Of course. This is some more of our friends. Well, we have this question. Is Jumper able to search for files that are not imported into Final Cut Pro? I think it works on Final Cut Pro, Premiere, DaVinci Resolve. I don't know if it works on the Finder. Is that what you're asking? Go to getjumper.io and watch the tutorials or ask the question over there. They would know. Is that what you're asking? Does it search for them in the Finder? I don't know. That I don't know. Now we're going to go to another one of our friends. Oh, he says yes. Yes. Okay, you answered your own question. There you go. Let's do this one. So one of the new features of Final Cut Pro is translate to captions. Okay? So it indeed does translate the captions, and from what I understand, it does not go out to the internet. It stays local. You have to download something first, some kind of a download so it has the ability to transcribe local, but it transcribes to captions. Now, it seems to work really well, and it seems to work really fast, but you have no control. Those captions are just within the caption specification. You can't change the font. You can't change the size. You have no formatting options at all because it's caption information. Now, our friends over there at Intelligent Assistants, Greg and Philip, came out with this caption animator. So what this does, it takes those captions, whatever project or whatever timeline you're working on, and creates titles. Titles from the captions. Okay? So you can turn the captions off, and you have titles that are created from the captions. And you can use what you do with this is you make a title in your project timeline the way you want the captions, the way you want the titles to appear. If you want them certain font, a certain size, outline, shadow, you make a title in the timeline of how you want your titles, subtitles, or titles to appear. And when you drag your project over into Caption Animator, you choose that title as your template. And then Caption Animator goes through, takes all the Final Cut Pro generated captions and makes titles of all those captions. So you can turn your captions off. Now you have formatting. Well, before you make it, you do the formatting before you use Caption Animator. And it creates titles based on all your selections: font, size, position, outline, color, all the options you don't have in captions. Captions are not the same as titles. They're not the same as subtitles. Two different things. But the only downside is, and I'm going to probably do a tutorial for this, is Final Cut Pro, when it makes the caption file in the captions, there is no limit. It uses full sentences for the on-screen caption. Full sentences. So I like my captions shorter. I like them short and concise, the cap cut kind of thing, flash on, flash, 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 flash. That's what I like. But I only really do that for videos that are 3 minutes and under. I don't do that for an hour-long video. That would be too much work. So the downside is Final Cut Pro captions, translate the captions, only does full sentences. It only does full sentences. So the caption on screen or the title that Caption Animator makes can be very long. Now, when I'm reading captions, I don't want to do this. I want to just look at the center of the screen and be able to see the captions. whether it's 1 or 2 lines. I don't want captions going all the way across. I don't want to be turning my head left and right. I want it right at a good position at the bottom so I can see the screen, but I can also read the caption by looking down. So that's the only downside that Final Cut Pro, hopefully, is going to fix. Limit the length of characters in a line. Even though it's a caption, limit the length, and also limit the amount of lines. If you only want 1 line or 2 lines with a certain amount of characters, give it the ability to do that, and then Caption Animator would duplicate, once again, whatever the Final Cut Pro caption is. So you go over there to intelligentassistance.com, and they have a sale. They have a sale right here. It's $14.99. It's a great price, $14.99 until December the 31st, normally $19.99. So you're saving 25%. You are saving 25%. So it's available on the App Store. We'll just go over there. And yeah. And it's available for 25% off. So even though that's not technically a Black Friday sale, it's still our friends Philip and Greg, who we saw at the Final Cut Pro Creative Summit. Absolutely. Caption Animator could be fun for lyric videos. It's also good for if you want subtitles. If you want to burn them in or turn them on or turn them off, or just titles, it works very, very well. So that's another one. And now let's do another iPhone thing. Try to keep going back and forth between iPhones and Final Cut Pro plugins. Oh, by the way, let's just do this real quick. So let's go over here. This is my speed, like I said, of my internal SSD on my Mac Mini Pro. Now, when I went to the Creative Summit, here's a picture of me and Tim Cook. Now, this was, let me see, why can't I? See, this is, you know what? Let me just do this. Nope, that's not going to work. Huh. I'm not sure. Maybe this is going to work. Nope, it's not going to work either. Okay. We'll take that off. I'm not sure why I can't get a small version of... But anyway, this is a picture. If you recognize Tim Cook in front of the stairs there, this is the Scary Fast event last year. For Halloween, they did it in 2023. And I found the location, and there I am at the same position Mr. Tim Cook was. So that's fun. That was fun. Sorry, I've just joined late. Anyone else having Final Cut 11 crash on the few times since updating? I have not. I've seen somebody report a crash, but start up Final Cut Pro 11 with the Option key held down and open up a brand new blank event. Because it's probably not Final Cut Pro 11, it's probably your project, your library that's causing the crash. Something in your library. The number one suspect is third-party plugins. That's the first thing that I would expect could be a problem. In my case, I have United Audio AU plugins, 256 of them, that every time Final Cut Pro launches, it has to revalidate those. So I've solved that problem temporarily. I've reported it to the Final Cut Pro team. I've seen other people report the exact same thing. So That's a problem that I'm having, but I've also seen people getting crashes on Final Cut Pro. Launch Final Cut Pro with the Option key held down and start a new project. If Final Cut Pro starts up okay with a new project, a new blank project, it's not Final Cut Pro. It's your library that's causing the problem, something in your library, and then you got to troubleshoot that. So, okay, he'll try that, he said. Thanks, absolutely. Glad to help. Glad to help. So speaking of that, let's go over here. Speaking of that, here's what I expect. Here's what I expect in the next couple of weeks. I expect Final Cut Pro 11 dot perhaps 1. I would suspect it'd be 11.1 as a bug fix. Maybe. Let me just see something. I'm not sure why. New camera overlay and why I'm not getting. Let me just see if I can. There we go. It was just there. I'm not sure why I was getting Squircle. Why I was getting let me just change this. So I just had to change it. You know what's weird? So I click on the color pane and it goes all the way over to another screen. What kind of sense does that make? It makes 0 sense. Come on. Why does it go all the way over to there? It should open up right where I click it. Let me just do that. Okay, we're good. So I expect Final Cut Pro to be updated to 11.1, probably. It could be 11.01, but I think 11.1 within the next few weeks, certainly before Christmas, at least to take care of bugs that I've seen reported. Not just the one that I reported, but other bugs. There's always bugs with a brand new release. So last year when 10.7 came out, they had a bug fix before they went on Christmas vacation. I expect the exact same scenario this year. I expect Final Cut Pro 11.x, probably 11.1, to be out within the next month. 2 weeks, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever, but certainly before they go away for the Christmas holidays. All right, let's go back to our main display. I've had a ton of crashes due to red raw files in a multicam project that I reported and found a workaround, okay? But that sounds specifically like a red raw issue, that they have to do something rather than Final Cut, or they can work together to find a solution. The crash occurred if I accidentally double-clicked the file within the multicam. Also, if I drag to select files within the multicam, easy fixes. There you go. Just like my fix. Okay, I started up Final Cut Pro 11 the first time, but I downloaded the new version of UAudio plugins, validates them. I said, okay, it's 256. It takes a couple minutes. And then next day, I started up Final Cut Pro 11 and validated them again. Started up Final Cut Pro 11 and validated them again. So I went online and I found other people having the same problem. But so the audio units are in the audio plugins components folder. And I just took all the UAudio plugins and put them in their own folder. And now Final Cut doesn't do that. And they're still working. So UAudio is tracking those plugins, but Final Cut doesn't see them, whether it expects them, so it doesn't have that issue. So is that Final Cut? I think that's probably UAudio. I think it's probably UAudio. So that is one. Now, where did we leave off? let's go here. So I like these plugins and the accessories that say up to Black Friday 2024, up to 46% off. This is Hollyland. A lot of people like those little button wireless microphone systems. There's 4 of them out right now. DJI has the DJI Mini, Mic Mini. Rode has one, which is once again bigger and clunkier. I don't know why they made it bigger and clunkier, but they did. The Hollyland is really tiny. The DJI Mac Mini is really tiny. The Rode is twice the size. Why do they do that? Their form factor it really turns me off a lot of times. Wireless microphones, so 20%. The Lark M2 is 20% off. The Lark Max, which is not, I mean, it's also 20% off. So that's very cool. Now, these are just tiny little buttons of microphones, and a lot of people like these. The problem I have is you don't have a backup recording. I've got to have a backup recording. So I have the Rode Mic 2 that have 32-bit backup recordings. They're bigger, but I got to have the backup audio recording. The other thing it doesn't have, this has a input for lapel microphone. The little button microphones don't have either one of those features. Which I do want in my wireless mic system. I recorded over there at Final Cut Pro Creative Summit, and I walked around and had a handheld mic, actually one of the DJI Mic 2s on a stick when I was interviewing people, and the live stream didn't pick that audio up very well. It's hotel Wi-Fi. I have no way to control what the hotel Wi-Fi does, but it didn't pick up when I was interviewing somebody with the handheld. But since I used the DJI mic and I had it recording internally, it recorded fine. It recorded absolutely fine. So what I did was I went back, edited that live video. It was the Expo night, cut it down from 45 minutes to 20 minutes, and I synced up the recorded audio to the interview portions. Flawless. It was perfect. It synced up. I think I did a multicam. So I think I synced a multicam. I think I did, yes. And it was great. It worked perfectly. If I didn't have the backup recording, I couldn't have done that. That's why I want backup recording. So DJI mic direct to iPhone via Bluetooth is very tempting. If you're in the market for something at that price point and without backup recording, so you don't have a backup audio recording and you can't use a lapel mic, those are the 2 reasons that I would not get one. The DJI, if you're going to spend that kind of money, I would recommend the Boya mic. The Boya mic is like the DJI mic for like half the price, but it does have backup 24-bit recording, and you can use a lapel mic if you want to. Those little teeny mics are really cool, but if there's any problem with the transmission, you're going to lose your audio. These 2 mics that I talked about, the Boya mic and the DJI mic, both have backup recordings. If you lose it, if you have a problem with transmission, and we do, you still have a backup audio recording. DJI Mic Mini came out yesterday. Absolutely, I saw that. So I'm going to choose this. Don't allow. No, you cannot follow me. So let me just show you what I'm talking about. Let's go over here. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let me pull up that exact. Here we go. So this is the DJI mic. Here we go. This is the expo night at the Final Cut Pro Creator Summit. Michael Cioni giving a demo. How you doing? Pretty darn good. What about the presentation yesterday? I mean, the theater and all that.
Oh, it was beautiful. That was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
Because we went to one of their theaters at.
If you see there, I'm hand holding a microphone. I'm interviewing Trevor Norton. Trevor Horton, Mike Horton's son. And I'm interviewing him with the DJI mic on a stick. And the live stream, for whatever reason, didn't have clear audio on that second transmitter. And if I just had a button on him or microphone, that's all I had. I wouldn't have any recourse. But since I recorded to that internally, to the DJI Mic 2 in that handheld thing, I had a pristine copy of his audio. Some people said the mic wasn't working. No, the mic was working. It wasn't streaming for some odd reason, but the mic was working because it was recording itself, and I don't know. It just wasn't working for the live stream. But I did this, and I salvaged that interview.
One Infinite Loop back in like 2018 or 17, and I was worried we weren't actually going to be able to go into the park this year because we did this at the developers center, whatever it was called.
Developer
It started there in their really beautiful theater, and then we were able to go over. So I got really worried. So, but no, I mean, yeah, this was certainly the best Apple experience I think of all of them so far.
Right. So this Creative Summit, if you missed it, well, out of the millions of people that use Final Cut Pro, most of you missed it because only a couple hundred show up. The best ever. It was absolutely the best Creative Summit ever. So Future Media Concepts and Apple and the Final Cut Pro team, you have a lot to live up to next year. That's okay. So on these live streams going forward, I'm going to be playing some more Final Cut Pro Creative Summit stuff. I took notes at the Apple team Q&A on Friday, the last event. I took notes, scribbled things down, and I'm going to decipher those notes and come back with one of these live streams. We're going to be talking about the Q&A and things that Apple said. So that's forthcoming. Let's go over to see what else we have. So anyway, we did Ripple training. We did intelligent assistance. Here's one. Here's a new one. Well, first off, let's go over here to FX Factory. So FX Factory has a 25% off until December the 3rd with Black Friday. 25% off. So I have a lot of FX Factory plugins. I have a lot of them. Here's a new one. This new one just came out. So this one here is called Easy Ease. Now, once again, but don't forget to use the code Black Friday to get 25% off. So once again, let me see if I can play the audio. There's no music. It's the problem is the music in the background. Let me see if it has music.
Tired of clunky linear animations in Final Cut Pro? I present to you Easy Ease, the easiest way to add smooth animations in between keyframes. With Easy Ease, you can animate position, rotation,
Welcome to this tutorial on the Easy Ease plugin for Final Cut Pro. Easy Ease lets you apply custom easing functions to keyframes, enhancing the position, rotation, and scale of your animations with smooth and dynamic movements. You can find Easy Ease conveniently located in Final Cut Pro inside the effects browser. Before applying the effect, it's recommended to convert the elements you plan to animate into compound clips.
I've noticed a lot of plugins want you to make a compound clip before you apply it. There's some things that I use as a compound clip because something's not available in the basic clip and it is available in the compound clip or something. So this is one of the cases that they want you to apply. They want you to apply it into a compound clip, not the base clip.
To avoid any unwanted cropping. Once applied, the effect exposes several essential properties. Let's take a look at the position property. First, adjust the position parameter to set your starting point and place a keyframe. Then, move the playhead to your desired time frame, readjust the position to your next desired location, and add another keyframe. When you play the clip, you'll notice the object moves from its starting position to the end with easing applied. You can choose.
This is where the options, all these different options, ease in, ease out, ease in, back ease in, back ease out, elastic ease out, bounce ease out. These were all the easy ease options for when you're doing animation with this plugin. So anyway, it's over there. It's available at FX Factory, and it's 25% off. I think all the plugins at FX Factory are 25% off. This is a brand. This is a new one. It just came out. I thought I'd highlight it. Now, it's the 25% off is only good until December the 3rd, it says. So let's just go back to products. So I have quite a few plugins from FX Factory. So they're all, if you want to get them, I think I have Transcriber. I have the original Motype. But, you know, one of the things that some of these plugin manufacturers, I understand they got to make a living, but they're too expensive. Motype 2 is $200. Come on, Final Cut Pro is $299. Why would I pay $200 for a single plugin? It's too much money. It's way too much money. Get it down to the $49 like Easy Ease is, and then you got my attention. I'm not paying $200 for a plugin. It's like that keyer that they had. I'm not sure if it's one of the plugin manufacturers had this keyer that could key things out, and then Final Cut Pro added it in Final Cut Pro 11. One of the things that I said was, I'm not buying any plugins till I see what Final Cut Pro 11 has and the Black Friday sales. So they have sales multiple times over the year. So 25% off for Black Friday is not an unusual. They have them more than once per every year. Let's go over and see what else we have. Now let's go to another plugin for the iPhone. Here's another, well, let's go over to here. Ulanzi. What the heck? There's nothing on screen. 40% off mobile. Let's go to mobile. So they have iPhone microphones, power mounts, tripods, phone grips, phone cages, mobile lenses. These are Ulanzi. So let's go over to, I didn't know they had microphones. Let's see what's, so they got tiny, everybody's got tiny microphones now. It's so funny, everybody's got tiny microphones. So this is 22% off store-wide, 20% off store-wide, 22% on orders over $89. So these are the tiny microphones that they have. Let's see what else I buy Ulanzi stuff. I've bought stuff from them. Multiple things. Let's go to mobile. Phone grips. Yeah, so this is the one that I was just talking about. The Ulanzi phone grip that I have. Right here, I have this one. But I thought it was a little bit cheaper on Amazon. I think it's a little bit cheaper. So they have the mirror here, which nobody else has. And they also have the grips. It's not magnetic. You can also use the regular grip. So that's something else the other ones don't have. It's pretty lightweight. Bluetooth button for triggering, and it's got a cold shoe if you want to mount a microphone or a receiver or something. So that's pretty cool. That's for phone. It's only $19. It's a good price. It's made out of plastic, but it's nice. It feels good. Feels good in the hand. I thought it would bother me. This one is offset a little bit from the phone. It's offset a little bit right here. A lot of them I've seen, they're over this way more, and it's more into the back of the microphone. This one is offset enough that I can rest my hand right there, and it feels comfortable. Feels very comfortable. So if I need this quick, it's got a record button and a cold shoe, and I really like it. So it's a good price. I think the price on Amazon I did before was cheaper. So that's that one. Let's see what else we have. Let's see what else we have. Oh, there they show you the picture of the Expando grip, if you want to use that. Pretty nice. They do nice stuff. They do nice stuff. So what else do we have here? Let's do another great sale. This is a great, great sale. Let me just... My friend Brett over there at Brett FX. I have a lot of his plugins. I have quite a few. Every transition for only $99. Everything bundle for Final Cut Pro. Every element, title, effect, transition, generator for $99. 75% off. 75% off. Just go to Brett FX, BRETFX.com. 75% off. You can't beat that. That's a fantastic, fantastic deal for them. Black Friday limited time offer. I mean, titles and all kinds of things. Go over there and see what he has for sale. All kinds of things. Generators, titles, everything. $75 off. Not up to 75%. Not up to this. Exactly 75% off. Can't beat that. You cannot beat that. It's great, great price. So, besides our couple issues reported for Final Cut Pro 11. Is everybody else doing good? I got this new Mac Mini Pro. I love it. It's fantastic. I got the 2 terabyte SSD, at the top of the line, everything else, 64 gigabytes of RAM, whatever the top CPU, GPU stuff was, I got all that. I'm just not paying Apple's exorbitant prices for their SSDs. I think the 8 terabyte one was $1,500 or $1,600 more than the 2 terabyte. No, I'm not paying that kind of money for that. It's ridiculous. But I did get the 2 terabyte and I paid $400. No, I got the 2 terabyte. I think I paid $400 more over the 1 terabyte. So I need at least 2 terabyte on the base model. I need at least 2 terabyte on the base model, so that's what I got. Now, speaking of that, let me see. Let's go over here, because I do have, let me see where that is. Yeah, there we go. Over here on our good friends at Facebook, I have an M4 Mac Mini Facebook group. We just started, and we have like 200 members already. We get people on all the time. So this is going to be dedicated to the M4 Mac Mini and above. So it's about talking about your experience with the M4 Mac Mini. I have the M4 Pro, hard drives, accessories, cables, and stuff like that. And you can find it. It's just facebook.com/groups/M4 Mac Mini. M4 Mac Mini. So you can join that group. We have almost 200 people already. And there we are streaming live. There's some more Black Friday sales. There's a ton of Black Friday sales. I just wanted to get the plugins for Final Cut Pro. And since I also shoot a lot of iPhone stuff, it's something I've noticed. So when I went to the Creative Summit, I shot a lot. Most of the time I shot with my iPhone 16 Pro Max. I also have an iPhone 15 Pro Max. I didn't sell it. I just kept both of them because I wanted 2 iPhones with USB-C. Most of the time, I shot with my iPhone 16 Pro Max, but some of the times I shot with my Lumix S5 Mark IIX. And there's really no comparison between the two. Lumix is absolutely leaps and bounds better than the iPhone. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to shoot with the iPhone, because I will continue to shoot with the iPhone because it has a giant screen, for one thing. It's quick. I always have it with me, but the Lumix really did a much better job quality-wise shooting. I shoot in 6K with the Lumix than the iPhone did, which is why I brought it. That's exactly why I brought it. So speaking of that, of the Creative Summit, let's go over here. And this is a little video of Michael Cioni over there.
Now the mental space is on fire. And I see people walking around using iPhones as part of their kits. And that's part of their kit. Sometimes it is the kit, right? And for other people, it's an accessory to the kit. That's what Richard's doing right now. It's part of the whole system. It's so powerful and simple. I admire he's got a monopod, he's got dual record audio. I mean, this is it. It's the one-man band is not actually lo-fi anymore. It's amazing. Teams of one were never possible. It doesn't even make sense when you think about it in English. Teams of one. It's like, I'm it. He's it. It's amazing, right?
So my friend Michael Cioni gave me a little call out. He's always, whenever he sees me filming, I have a monopod, iFootage monopod, and I had the Lumix S5 Mark IIX and the iPhone both set up on my monopod with like a bar. And he's always fascinated with that. But his his team from Strata filmed that with 2 cameras on high and a tripod. So he talked for 90 minutes. No teleprompter. He just had his phone to look down at occasionally. Talked for 90 minutes straight. Did a great presentation. Fantastic presentation. Let's see what else we have here. So here's another, this is a combination. I use this company, Topaz AI, video AI. I use it all the time. Here we go, right here. So it's on sale for, I'm not sure, it says $2.99, but I think that's too much. I don't know what's on sale for. Black Friday sale. I thought it was cheaper. $2.99 seems like it's a lot. Now this is not a plug-in for Final Cut. It's standalone, but it's better than I forget what the other one's called that cleans up video. This can upscale. So you can go from 720 to 1080, you can go from 720 to 4K. As it upscales, it also has algorithms that clean up the video different ways. So it upscales and cleans up. It's not fast. It can take a while, but I use this for cleaning up a lot of my standard def footage and stuff. Usually I'll go double resolution. I'll just choose double resolution, whatever it was. Now, I don't know what there's a sale there. Video upgrade is $127 from $179, say 52. So you have to just put it in I'm not sure exactly if you buy it outright. It says Black Friday sale. I'm not sure. I don't use their photo. I just use their video programs. And I like it. I've been using it for years. Here's one of the things that it does. So you buy a 1-year license, and at the end of the 1 year, the app continues to work. I can let my license expire as long as I want, and whatever version I had when the license expired continues to work. It'll keep working at that level until I need to get something else higher and higher. So I don't have to pay it every year. As a matter of fact, I usually stop for a year, and then I'll go back after a year, and then I'll redo my 1-year license so I get all the updates from that point forward. That's the way that I don't mind a subscription, if you want to call it that. I don't mind that because the app continues to work. Unlike Adobe, where if you stop paying, the app stops working. You can never stop paying Adobe ransom. Or some of these other plugin manufacturers. I've heard that if you stop paying the subscription ransom each month, even projects you already worked on a year ago or 2 years ago will no longer work because you stopped paying the ransom subscription. That's the kind of subscription I won't support. I won't support companies that do that. So if you started a subscription and think you're going to be big cheese and you're going to make all kinds of money, you ain't getting it from me. And Final Cut Pro on the iPad is a subscription only at this point. It would not surprise me at some point if they let you buy a perpetual license. But it's only $4.99 a month. So it's much more reasonable. Plus, it's simple to start and stop the subscription. You can just go on your phone and stop the subscription with one click. So you can get it for $4.99 for 1 month, stop the subscription, pick back up when you need it again. You don't have to let it go on perpetually unless Final Cut on the iPad is your main your main editing. If that's what you do for main editing is your iPad, you can let it run from year to year. I wouldn't do that. I have LumaFusion on my iPad. I have an iPad Pro, the big one, 13-inch, whatever. LumaFusion, one-time price, $29. It goes on sale a lot of times for $19 around Christmas. You don't got to pay any more. Now, they have add-on packages, so they have income coming in. I have the multicam one and the ease in and out one. Just both of those came out. But you don't have to pay the perpetual. You don't have to do this. Subscriptions all over the place. Everybody's got subscriptions. I'm not going to do all those subscriptions. So what else do we have? Let me just do a couple more for this. If you have any of your favorite plugins that are on sale, let me know while I'm here. Let's see what else we have. This one's another one. So don't tell me up to. Don't tell me up to. Let me know what the baseline is. Up to 60%, and then you go to find your selected items, 50%, 40%, 30%, introductory pre-order. So they have they have ring lights, they have teleprompter, V-mount battery, iPhone rigs. Let's look over there and see what they got. Their iPhone rigs. Very nice. Cage, snap-on filters. You can access the button. That's a nice little cage. I don't want to buy custom fitting cages, though, for my iPhones. I don't want that. Now, are they on sale? They have a lot of cages and accessories. Newer, Neewer. I just bought this. Dolly kit. I just bought one of these. It was on sale for half price. They have a lot of stuff. Wait a minute, what's the sale? Where's the sale? Up to 60% off. I don't see the all items, iPhone photography. I don't know where the sale is. It says 60% off, but I don't see the sale reflected. Is it in there? Let's just pick one at random. See if there's a sale. Yes, there you go. There's the sale. So click on it, and then this one gives you 30% off, BF30. So click on the item, and then the sale price pops up over there at neewer.com. Another one for the iPhone folks. All right, let's go over here. So one of the things, let me go over here. One of the things that I have up right now is I have a website up that has a master list of Final Cut Pro 11 tutorials, videos, articles, etc. This is a master list of those things. We'll pull it up live. So right here, fcpx.tv on the main page, look for the master list. Reviews, articles, release notes, Final Cut Pro 11. These are all videos. These are all videos. Look at this. Magnetic mask. Complete. Magnetic mask. Dozens and dozens of videos, tutorials. This is the master list of Final Cut Pro 11 tutorials. Says, you know what? I just got to go back here for a second. Let me go back here to my X account. And I want to pull this up. My profile. Let me just do this. Here we go. I don't want to forget my friend over here, Dylan Bates over there, Final Cut Bro, 35% off all his plugins. He has some very, very cool plugins, plus his Apple Motion Masterclass. He has Adjustment Plus. This is free. It's a great, great adjustment layer that's more than just an adjustment layer. It's more than just an adjustment layer. Go over here. So the Final Cut Bro, the Final Cut Bro, bro.com, is where all his plugins are. He's making a bunch of them. Motion Tools, Black Friday, 30% off. Let's see what this does. If it has music, I can't play it.
Hey everybody, this is gonna be a bit more of a low-key video. I've done an enormous amount of work for Final Cut Pro 11 videos, so I need to tone things back a bit, but I did want to let you know all of my plugins on my store are 35% off for Black Friday, which is super exciting. You'll just need to use code BLACK35 to get that discount. And that also includes my Apple Motion course. This video is just gonna be kind of a quick demo of all of the different stuff you can do with my plugins. That way you can make a better purchasing decision and decide which ones are best for you. So
friend Dylan Bates, the Final Cut Bro, he didn't make it to the summit this year, but I think he maybe is going to be there next year. He said he's going to try to go next year. So I didn't want to forget him. He has some great, great plugins there. So, all right, I think that's going to be it for today. Do I have anything? Let me just go to here and check. Let me see what else we have. Small Rig, Sandmark, iFootage. These people all have their Black Friday sales. Just trying to make sure I didn't forget anybody that I wanted to. Oh, this is a good one. DaVinci Resolve. DaVinci Resolve Studio. Okay. 20% off. Let me do this. There's the Philip Hodgetts. Brett FX. Let me just do this one. So Resolve sale, 20% off. You can get Resolve Studio. And Resolve, they don't do that many sales for Resolve. DaVinci Resolve sale. This is a studio sale. So it's 20% off. I've had it for years. I bought it years ago, so I've had it for years. So good price. It's a very, very good price. So what do you think? I want to wish everybody happy Thanksgiving. I want to wish the Final Cut Pro team, thank you for giving us Final Cut Pro 11. Thank you, because they do watch this live streams. Thank you very much for giving us an excellent presentation, the best presentation you've ever given at a Final Cut Pro Creative Summit. It was so special. It was a nice theater. It was dark. Music was playing. They kept us waiting for 20 minutes. Build up, to build up the anticipation of seeing the new version of Final Cut. And they showed us Final Cut Pro 11, the first in the world not the beta team, of course. The first people in the world to do Final Cut Pro 11 was at the Creative Summit. I highly recommend going next year. Hopefully they're going to have another one. I will know something after NAB is usually when I get the first inklings of the Creative Summit. But as good as this one was this year, I really suspect there'll be a next one more next year. I look forward to it. Let me just check and see while I'm talking about the Creative Summit. So Fitness Plus was incredible at the Creative Summit.
Fitness Plus generates a grand total of around 150 hours of 4K UHD video every week. Broken down, that's 120 hours of line cut and ISO camera raw media, 20 hours of just work in progress editorial, and then finally 13 to 14 hours of finished media. As mentioned,
So that's the Fitness Plus was an incredible demonstration. We've had Michael Cione, who did 90 minutes, was really good. Fitness Plus was really good. There's a couple of other ones that I recorded. Look at that. Here we go. Okay, I got my knife right here somewhere. All right. Got my drive from OWC. I'm going to open it up right here. And I'm anxious to see the speed test. And I figured it would come while we were on the air, and it certainly did. So let's pull it out. I'll do a speed test live. Nothing else in the box. Here it is, Black Friday. I guess they're having a Black Friday sale as well. So let me just pull this thing out of here. I was hoping it would come while we were live on the air. This is the 1 terabyte. They give you a little card with the QR code. You can get the manuals and stuff. Here it is. Here it is. This is it. Now, a couple of things. First off, this is all metal. There's no plastic. This is all metal. I presume it's aluminum. This is the 4 terabyte version. I don't know how it's formatted. It has a attached cable, but I've seen on their website this cable is user replaceable. So if there is a problem with this cable, you're going to be able to open up the drive, install a new one, and close the drive back up and not void your warranty. So even though it's just a little short cable, it is user replaceable. Let's plug this thing in and see what speeds we can get. I'm just curious. Now, you have to plug it into the Thunderbolt 5 ports on the Mac Mini, of course. I'm going to put it on top, plug it in. Well, that's interesting. There we go. I don't know how it's formatted. We're going to find out. So there it goes. Let's see how it's formatted. Allow. Okay. It's called the OWC Envoy. It says README. Let me see what the README says. Few minutes, as simple as launching the included utility and follow the on-screen instructions. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and do that. They want us to follow the on-screen instructions. Let me see. Going to do this live. Here we go. Now, come on. Why can't you? There you go. All right, so we're going to do this. Huh, it's interesting. Let's go over here. Here we go. It's not letting me do that. Why not? Let me try one more thing. Secondary display, tertiary display. That's interesting. Huh. It won't let me show this drive on camera. That's all right. I accept the terms of the agreement. Okay, I accept the terms. Let me see what it says. Configure your drive. Okay, I'm going to configure it to, it says single APFS. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, there we go. A bunch of stuff. Setting up your onboard drive. I got to put password in. Open in Finder. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to quit that, and then what we're going to do is we're going to pull up the speed test. We're going to put this down here, and let's go back over to here, and let's pull up speed test. Oh, you know what? I know what I was doing wrong. Show. Okay, I know what I was doing wrong. Here we go. Here's the speed test. I'm going to start with the internal speed. Select target drive. Boop, boop, boop. Mac Mini. This one. Start, and I'm going to go start. So there's the speed. $5,800, $5,200, $5,200. That's the internal one. Now let's start. Let's choose the select target drive. Let's choose the OWC and see what this one does live. Look, it's doing the same kind of speeds, just like it claims. Over 5,000. There you go. This is my new 4 terabyte. And there you have it. It does exactly what they claim it does on the OWC website. So that's very, very cool. I'm looking forward to keep on using that. Now, it's a 1-volume APFS Apple system, which is fine. It's my Mac Mini is a little warm, but this OWC is still cool. It's all metal. 3-year warranty on it. Oh, let me show you. Let me show you about that while I'm thinking about it, because you can get it for $90 off with the code. Let me get the code for you. I have it all the way up here before we head out of here. I'll put it up. Copy. So this is the actual website where you can get this drive. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Let's do this. Safari. I keep doing that. Let's do this. I did that. Safari. There we go. So this is the first and fastest Thunderbolt 5 portable drive. This is it. This is what I got. I got the 4 terabyte, over 6,000 megabytes per second. We're getting over 5,000. So it's back ordered. Says our first shipment of OWC drives sold out quickly. Order today. Secure your place online. Wow, they've already sold out. I'm glad I got mine. Now, let me put this up there. I don't know if this is going to work for you, but you can certainly try it. If it doesn't work, let's try this again. Try it. It should work. OWC Radio 24. OWC Radio 24. And I got, when I ordered mine, I got, this gives you 15% off. So this is courtesy of Serena Catania, our good friend Serena Catania, and OWC Radio. I got mine for $500 instead of $599. Got $90, $509, $90 off. This gives you 15% off. Now, I don't know how that's going to work since they're back ordered. But I'm glad I ordered, didn't wait, and got mine ordered and got mine in today. I'm very much looking forward to trying this drive out and let it do its thing. You saw the speed was the same as the internal SSD on my Mac Mini Pro. So very, very cool. Thanks to Serena Catania. Thanks to OWC. Hopefully it works on the back order for that drive, but it saved me $90. It saved me $90. So I want to say happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Happy Thanksgiving to all of the friends that are celebrating Thanksgiving. Thanks to the Final Cut Pro team for giving us Final Cut Pro 11 and creating a great atmosphere at the Creative Summit. Thanks to FMC at the Creative Summit, who did a great job as usual. They had great food for us at lunch. They had a catered expo night. They made us feel fantastically special over there. Looking forward to the next one. So thanks to FMC. Thanks to Apple for letting us go to their Spaceship Campus. Thanks to the Final Cut Pro team for putting on a fantastic event in the Developers Theater. And then we walked across to the Spaceship Campus afterwards. I've got a lot more video I'll be putting out over the next few weeks from the Creative Summit. A lot more video. So stay tuned and have a happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thanks to FMC, the Final Cut Pro team at Apple, and Apple itself. And happy Thanksgiving. And I see you. I'm planning on being here Saturday, Final Cut Pro and coffee. Talk to everybody later. Thanks for tuning in.